You already started, James. We've not started filming yet. Right, so back on Eve today. What are we up to today then, James?
I think we're going to take the mortar out.
We're going to remove the mortar. So with the inner wings, in the last episode, we didn't really know what to do. We didn't know what the right thing would be to do. James has now seen this car in its worst state, I guess.
Yeah,
it can only get better.
It can only get better. It's
there's panels and a welder. It'll be fine.
It's nice to see it in person, but the I think it's savable now I've seen it.
Yeah. So we're going to opt to save the wings. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are back on with the Mini Mayfair. So you were seeing back at the beginning of that video, me and James got the engine out. We set off kind of filming it, and it kind of went really wrong. One of them days where you just completely forgot how to do a task, to be completely blunt. Me and James are taking so many engines out. I think this engine's been out 3 or 4 times. And we started filming it, and yeah, right, we'll have it out. It'd be quite fun. It was fun. It's great seeing him, but it all just went the wrong way. You know, like when you just like, right, just undo that, and then that'll come out. Oh no, I've forgotten that. It was just like that, guys. So it was no point us including that in the video. But you saw a bit of time lapsing of it being out. So the single point injection unit is out of the car. Some of the bits and pieces of the inner wings are off, and it's now time to obviously face the big ugly thing in the room. Quite a few ugly things in the room, probably me included to be fair, but it's the rust. So we're going to get stuck into this. So obviously you can kind of see there's a bit of carnage around me, the welder's out. I've been busy and we've made a plan of what we're going to do with this. Everything else in the car is quite self-explanatory. This was an area of the car where we could have made a decision to go two ways really, and we've made it. So right or wrong, stick with us guys and I'll walk you around. Right, so yes, engine bay is nice and clear. This gave us a better look at these inner wings, which was one of the main things. Also, obviously, eventually we're going to drop the soft frames. How far we go with this, I don't really know, but obviously we need that dropped once the front end's on to paint the engine bay and deal with all that. So that's that out of the way, the main big thing out of the car. The car, I don't know how far dismantling we're going to go. If we're going to go on rotisserie, I don't know how far we're going to go with everything yet. But we are just going to try and work it out as we go. So basically looking down here, we've cut out the inner wing, and we were going to replace the whole inner wing. The main reason is we thought it might need repair there, it doesn't actually. Obviously got the shock tower gone and it's cracked. Well, it was, if you actually look closely, it's now not. I was concerned that this wouldn't weld up very well, and it's welded up absolutely perfectly. So we've left it as it is. And we've got the FLITCH panel repair already, we've purchased that. So what you see here is kind of what you saw at the beginning of the last, or what you saw at the end of the last episode of this car, but kind of moved on a little bit. So shout out to Frost Quickly, a sponsor of this channel, so check out in the description below. zinc galvanized weld-through primer. It's got loads of anti-corrosive properties, and it's an excellent product, this guy. So please jump on their website and go and grab it. I've got loads of it up on the shelf. It's really, really good product. And what we've done is everywhere we're going to have lap joints or joins, like here and in here, we've put all the anti-corrosive paint, basically, to give it the best chance to survive. And you know me, we're going to mask that off and we're going to cavity paint in there. So that's that. The rest of the car is quite self-explanatory. We're going to do seal floors and we'll get to that. So the big question was, do we put 4 inner wings on it? The answer is, it would have been a really clean, tidy job, yes. Financially, it's quite expensive, but James wasn't bothered by that really. It's more, we couldn't really get hold of them. And after seeing the inner wings together and both having a proper chat, we agreed that we should try and save something on the car. And we've already bought them panels. And if I'm up to the task, which I like rust and I like repairing it, so of course I'm up to the task. I've done this countless times. The 89 was exactly the same. Shock towels gone, cracking the wings and a FLITCH panel. It's not hard to do, it's just fiddly. So we're just going to get on with it. So yes, James, we're saving these inner wings. Passenger side isn't half as bad that I know of, but this is definitely the worst side. So in this episode, I'm going to stop waffling, because I know some people can't stand me waffling, but I have to explain what's going on, otherwise you're not going to know what's going on in the video. We're going to get the FLITCH panel in the car and potentially that welded up, so 1 inner wing's finished. Then we're going to move on to the other inner wing, because we've got all the panels on their way. So let's get stuck into this. Right, so you saw me there prep up the panel, couple of plug welds down this main flank, got a couple of bolts holding these bolt holes in line. Obviously you know the door lined up because I haven't moved the door post or done anything like that. A couple of plug welds along the dash rail there, and then obviously we're going to seam weld it there, but we're going to build it up because these panels notoriously bow. So I've got my intergrips out, and we're just going to move them up and down as and when I tack. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. But once this panel's in, I mean, it's the big part of it done, isn't it? So, but yeah, let's get cracking with it. Basically, going to clean as we go along, and then a bit of a stitch on the back as well, just to hold some bits and pieces in. But yeah, they're not too hard to do. So let's get cracking. Let's get that welder on. Right, so I'm part way through. You can see obviously I've moved the intergrips up and down as and when. So basically I've tacked and then stitched. I've done a few of the plug welds along the dash rail, just got these to do, but it's already absolutely rock solid in there, so pretty happy at that. It's going okay, just got to clean this horrible coating they put on this off, and it welds really nice, to be fair. It is what it is, but yeah, so we're going to keep going. I'll bring you guys back in when I'm done. Right, so I've not gone mental grinding everything back, especially like the plug welds up there, because I want to retain the strength and all that. But yeah, it's gone on nice. It's a little bit wavy, but do you know what I mean? When you're not going to notice it once you've put the rest of the panels in, because it'll pull it tight at the bottom, because obviously we've got a gap where the floor should be. Really happy with all the penetration down the back of there, look, so that's all good. It's all painted and welded up in there. So all we got to do now is just make a little sliver to go into there, and then we'll crack on and do the shock repair. And then we have actually saved this inner wing, what, 30 odd quid on that panel, and then sheet steel that I've got kicking around, and obviously my time and all that, but you don't factor that in these things, do you? Yeah, so obviously I'll address all that back once we're kind of right, let's put the front end on, but for now, that'll do me. I'm happy it's sorted. It's a job well done. Just chuck some zinc primer on it for now. Not that I have to worry about moisture anymore, but it just force a habit, you know where you've been then, and you're like, right, if that bit's done, move on to the next. So, catch me in a bit when I'll run through on this side how I repair a shock tower, and off the other side when we get around to that, I'll just fly through it and get cracking. So, it might be a little bit of a lengthy video. I'll try and keep it short, but I'll make a piece to go in there, weld that up, sorted then, aren't we? So, progress, and I get to weld in my new workshop. I'm loving it. So yeah, it's absolutely tipping it down outside. You can't hear that, but it's tipping it down outside, and I'm dry. I'm not wallowing around in water. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Right, let's make some repair panels. Catch you in a bit. But before we get stuck into repair panels, and my sheet steel's all down there, I just want to shout out both my sponsors. We have Minimine. So please go check out the link description below and check out their eBay shop. There is a discount code on the screen now, 10% off when you spend £15 or more. So please go check them out. They're an awesome company. We've got loads of bits and pieces in the next, well, coming months and next year planned with these guys. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I can't wait. So please go use the discount code. It massively helps us out. And also, what a great company. Order it, boom, it's there. You don't need anything else from a company, do you? Good quality parts on your doorstep. So go check them out. And then we have frost restoration. So you see me using the zinc primer and stuff in that. We have actually got some tools. We've just sorted out a few little tools just to help out with some repair sections in the future. So I'll show you them soon. But please go check them out. Everything's in the description below. Again, there's a discount code for you guys, so please go use that. But, a big but, for frost, they now have an open showroom, so please go check it out. It is phenomenal. Literally a one-stop shop. It's so cool. So please go, if you're in the area in the Northwest, go check them out. If not, over the phone or on their website, they're just as helpful. So please go check them out, guys. Right, work. Right guys, so off camera, I've sorted this piece out. It literally just was a little piece of the top. So that's sorted, and we've now begun to sort out the shock tower, which is the last bit on this inner wing, and then we've actually saved it, so it was worth doing in the end. What I've done is chopped out. Not a lot of people know that it's actually two skins in here. So the reinforcement plate behind, and then the actual skin of the inner wing. So what I've done, cut all the rot out, properly wire wheeled all of this back. And then inside here, there was just all the crud that had rotted into it, basically, but all that was solid. But what I've done is I've used some of the zinc galvanized paint for frost. And then I probably will put a little top coat on it as well, but that is just to stop any rust. But like I said, it was treated and then done that. So what I've done is made a new section to go on this section piece, and then I'll make an outer bit to box it all in. Obviously paint between everything. But basically over here, so that was the paint I was using. So great product. It goes on really well, really nicely applies. So I couldn't recommend this further. It's really, really good. So that's the piece that I cut off. So you can see that's all the original factory primer, and then it just burst through there. And I've just simply made a new piece up. So this is the piece that's going to face inwards into that box section, all zinc galvanized painted. So we'll get this piece welded in.
And if by magic, there you go, all sorted. So it hasn't got to look perfect in there by any stretch, but I wanted to make it nice. I know it's cavity painted on the inside, it's galvanized painted, and I had some Mazda white left, so I put some of that in there. That's all done now. I'll let that go off, and then while I'm waiting for this, I can make the outer skin to go on and drill the 4 holes, and then we can button it up. Voila, one panel made. Get rolled in.
Boom. Right guys, one inner wing sorted. I've just made myself a cup of tea in my new favourite mug. And yeah, one inner wing sorted. So, right back at the beginning of this episode, or beginning of taking this car apart, we did kind of consider, and I did mention to you guys, probably needs inner wings this car. And it was something we were prepared to do, it's not a problem. However, there seems to be a bit of a shortage on getting them, and also, like I say, it's another 400 quid nearly. The money wasn't so much the issue, because this is James's baby, he would have just paid for it, do you know what I mean? When it comes to sentimental attachment to cars, I completely get that you just do it. But we didn't want to delay, really, was the biggest thing. And also, they weren't that far gone. This is no different to what all my other cars have had. So, we've opted to save them. So, just a quick run through. Tops of the wing, all sorted where the spot welds are pulled and stuff like that. So, that's actually ready to have a wing put back on it now. Shock tower, internal, external, inside, all cavity painted, all repaired. Now shock will go against that. Once all that's stone chipped and painted, you would never know it's been done. FLITCH panels all in, needs a bit of dressing still, but I'm not going mad with it because I've still got to weld the bottom of it up when we put the floor in. But, oh, and a piece put up there. So we've done quite a bit. So I hope this hasn't been too boring. I'm really happy about it. It's gone really well. I like fabricating little pieces. I know they're really quite easy bits to do, but it's quite fun just, you know, bashing some metal about again and getting into it. So I'm really, really proud and happy of how it's come. All we got to do now is just cut that tub off the front. So hopefully at the end of this video, I'll show you a quick picture of it done. All the wing is kind of primed up. So at the moment, we're just using the zinc primer just to keep it at, you know, any rust and stuff at bay. But yeah, quite happy with it. So remember guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. People seem to really like this build. I quite like doing it. It's James is like one of my friends. I want to help him out. He does a lot for me behind the scenes. He does a lot for Simpsons Classics behind the scenes, which probably many of you don't know that. So really, really happy with how it's gone. Next job, well, we've got to repeat it on the other side. I'm yet to work out if I'm going to film the other side because obviously it's an absolute repeat of this. However, it doesn't look quite as bad. So what I might do is just start the next episode maybe with some time lapse in of what I've done that side. I don't want to repeat myself. I've done all this on the 89 twice. I think I've done it on the MPI twice. This time, I don't want to keep doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them things. But if you want to, just please drop in the comments below and I will film as much as I possibly can. Or is there any questions you want me to answer? I am no professional at this. I want to just put that out there. I'm literally doing what I've done always before. It's worked well. Sidewalks had this repair and there's absolutely no rust whatsoever in there. Everything's canvas painted. Everything's happy with it. So, next episode. We have actually had some panels ordered. You can probably see a few of them kicking around in the background. So big thank you for Minimine for ordering me a shipment in like that. Next episode, we'll work out if we're going to film that side. We'll get going with that side, get that done, get that wing prepped up. And then the next episode, we'll be showing you the new panels that we bought, what the plan is with them all, and scuttle panel. Let's get that off. Catch you next one, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned.